What's up, everybody? We're so excited for another year of youth at Grace Point Church. We just wanted to put out a quick video to help you know what's coming. Some of you have been here for years. You know exactly what's going on. None of this is going to surprise you. None of it's going to be new to you, except for a couple of things that I'll mention later. But for some of you, this is your first year, your first shot at coming to youth group, our incoming 7th graders. We're so glad to have you. So we wanted to put out this information especially for you and for our returning students, just for you to get excited about what's coming this year. So without further ado, let's get going. First thing we want to announce is the main part of our program is our Sunday night meetings. And you'll see there's a new time. 6 o'clock is our start time this year. We're going to run from 6 to 8 in the auditorium again. We're going to have all that space. We'll be able to set up and do some fun things in there. But 6 to 8 o'clock is our main program time. During this time, we have some scheduled time to hang out and just have fun with our friends. We're going to spend a lot of time outside again this year. We also have scheduled time at the end for you to hang out with your friends. But then we'll come back in, we'll play some games inside, we'll do some announcements, we'll have some live worship, we'll do some worship with just music from Spotify or whatever, and then we'll have a message, practical, relevant, hopefully life-changing message, something that'll stick with you and help you get through your day-to-day life, something that'll help you grow in your relationship with Jesus. Once we're done with that, we'll break up into small groups. These are organized according to grade and gender. We like to keep our 7th grade guys together, our 8th grade girls together. However those things play out, and we try to keep you in those groups for a number of years as you move on through youth group. So that's basically what a Sunday night looks like here at Grace Point Church, and none of that could happen without these people. I see my face is kind of blocking Ty's face, so I'm going to see what I get. There you go. Now you can see Ty. None of that could happen without these people. These are our leaders. That's Ty and Heather in the top left. There's Laura Lynn. There's Jabez and Ashlyn in the middle. Dan and Judy Gill. Of course, Faith, me, and our daughter Ellie there on the far right. Move down to the bottom. Got Scott and Nicole, Dan and Bree, Mike and Dee Dee, and Dave Lemon. Listen, guys, these people love students. I don't know any other reason why they would give up 30 plus Sunday nights of their lives plus events throughout the year, other than the fact that they love students and they want to see your kids and you grow in your relationship with Jesus. So we love this team. None of it could happen without them. We're so thankful for them. Some of them have been here for decades. Others have been here just a year or two. We've got some new faces there. But we love these guys. We're so glad that they're a part of our team. We know that your students will love them too. This is something we have to talk about, right? I don't love talking about it, but it's not as bad as last year, at least not right now. Here's a couple things we're going to do. Mask if you want to. If you want to send your kids in a mask, great. People were doing that last year. People weren't doing it last year. We're not as concerned about it right now. If things start to ramp up and we get different directives, we'll adjust. We'll flow. The second one, I think, is the biggest one. Don't come. If you're not feeling well, please don't come. Stay home. If you've been around somebody who has COVID or who's sick, please don't come to youth group and spread that around to everybody. And the last couple of things we're going to do are just practical things. As long as the weather's nice, we're going to spend as much time as we can outdoors. We're going to meet in the auditorium because it's a big, beautiful space, a lot of places for air to flow and germs to just get out of the way there and not get sucked in. So those are a couple of practical things we're going to do. We just wanted to make note of that just so you're aware. These are a couple of things we're going to try this year while we can. This is a little, I always call her a little girl. She's a young lady. She's 15 years old now. This is a girl we support through Compassion International. Her name is Aya. That's how she signs her letters. You see it in the middle there. But she's 15 now. She just sent us a new letter. She's, dealing with COVID there in West Africa, just the same way that we are here in America. Masks and guidance and lockdowns, all that stuff. So she's wondering how we're doing. Anyway, we support her through Compassion International, it's about $38 a month. We encourage our students, maybe 50 cents or $1 a week. If everybody does that, we're easily able to make that up and allow this young lady to get 3 meals a day, to go to school, to live kind of a normal child life or student life. So if you'd like to be a part of that, we'd love for you to do that. And we kind of collect for her each and every week. Now, let's talk about our teaching. Last year, we shifted to a curriculum called Grow Students, and we're using that again this year. It was great for our kids. It was great for me. It kept us in relevant topics and great, solid biblical teaching, stuff that was real practical for our kids to take home. This is a series called With You. This one's about friendship. We love to start the year with a series on friendship because our friends determine the quality and the direction of our lives. And I know our students know that, and I hammer that into them each and every year. So if this is your first year, you're going to be hearing that for the first time. But I'm excited about this series. It's another series on doubt and questions. Where is God? What's this all about? Where's God when I'm hurting? Why is there suffering? All of that stuff. We're going to tackle some of those tough questions this year. We've got another one called Distinct on identity. We're going to hit the new year off with this series to help us focus on who we are in Jesus once we have that relationship with Him, who we are. And then another one on familia, on family. I love doing series on families and family relationships. Those are always great, and they always seem to have an impact at home. So we're going to hit that one in the spring. Cool thing about this bundle, this Grow Students, is that they have plans on the Bible app that correspond to each of the series we're going to be doing this year. And I'll be encouraging the students to go ahead and read those as we're going through these series. Parents, you can read those with your kids. I think that'll be a great resource. Really, they're short, they're brief, they're quick, but it's keeping us in that mindset as we're going through these series. So take advantage of that. Sunday mornings, here's the other big change. The first was the time change. We're going to start at 6 and end at 8. The second one is this. Sunday morning, I'm not officially going to offer anything Sunday mornings for students anymore. We found over the years that many students were coming to our Sunday school at 9 o'clock and then not attending a service. And I'm not a huge fan of that. I mean, that was your choice as a parent, but I don't really want to facilitate that anymore. Sorry if that's going to bother you. I really apologize. But I believe it's better for them to either be in the service or to serve. And there's tons of opportunities for them to serve. If you'd rather have them serve once or twice a month, than be in the service, that's fine too. Plenty of places. There's student ministry. There's ushering. There's greeting. There's technical stuff that they could be learning in the booth with film and video and audio. And we'd love to get them plugged in that way. So we're going to focus on that this year. Here's some just basic information. Love for you to follow, like, and subscribe all of these places. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We're on YouTube, which is where you're probably going to see this, or Facebook or Instagram, wherever it might be. But check us out on all of these places. Tons of information going out each and every week in all of these areas. Partnering with parents. I'm here to help you. I'm just an extension of what you're doing at home. Our ministry is just an extension of what you're doing at home. And we're going to send out monthly parent emails, so you're going to know what series are coming up, what events are coming up. I'm very accessible. I have my cell phone on me way too much. My wife hates it. My kids, it drives them crazy. I'm trying to do better, as most of you are probably too, but I'm very accessible. If you need anything, want anything, struggling with anything, reach out. We also have a private parent Facebook group. If you're not in there already, let me know, and we'll get you invited to that. And then look for texts from noreply@cteams.co, because we'll be sending texts just about every week to remind you of what's coming in the youth group world. Couple of quality of life things as we get close to the end here. We're using digital permission forms again this year. You'll probably get an email with like an overall form for the year. And then as we go on different events, those forms will be coming to you too. Please use those. I'm not using paper ones anymore. It's too much of a headache. And then as much as possible, when we do events, I'd love to take credit and debit card payments, preferably debit cards. I'm a Ramsey guy. But we love to do that, so I'm not handling a bunch of cash all of the time or checks. It just makes my life a lot easier, makes accounting for stuff a lot easier. It's not a hard and fast rule. We'll take cash, we'll take checks. We're not going to say no, but for the most part, we'd like to start doing that stuff too. Worship team. This has been a great encouragement to me over the last few years, and I know it has to many of our students. That's a picture of our students leading worship with like 4 or 5 other churches here in our building. They've really come a long way. A lot of them are so talented. They're using their gifts and abilities that God's given them to lead other students in worship, and adults, me too. We're so excited for them to keep going, to keep progressing, and each and every year new kids are stepping up. We'll be sending out a worship team application here pretty soon. And then the worship team will be having a meeting next Sunday. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. On Sunday the 19th, because I don't know when you're going to be watching this. On Sunday the 19th, before youth group at 5 o'clock, we'll provide some pizza. Scott will give them some information. Scott leads that team, and we'll get them plugged in heading into this new youth group year. Finally, here is our fall calendar. Listen, last year I had a question mark on our fall calendar. I had no idea what we were going to be doing or if we were going to be doing anything. So this year we're going for it. We put some things on our calendar, and we hope that you guys are excited that some normalcy hopefully is coming. You can see in September we don't have a ton because we've already got a men's retreat in a couple weeks. There's a women's event that following Saturday we'd love for our young ladies to go to. October, we've got a late night coming. We've got a corn maze. October 31st, we're going to schedule our trunk or treat here at the church. So that'll kind of take place of youth group that night. We'll probably encourage our students to either do a trunk with their families or do a trunk with their small group. November, guys are going to be pumped about this. Reverb is on. That's the Word of Life all-nighter that we weren't able to do last year, but it's always a big hit. It's on. I talked to Alf, who's organizing the event just this week, and he's excited. So far, everything is good to go. So be pumped about that. December, we've got our Christmas party, and then we're off for a couple weeks. And we got some save the dates there down on the bottom right. One of the big ones you'll see there is the Reset Retreat. Yes, that is on again for this year too. Super excited about that, to get together with our friends again, have a ton of fun down there at Rock Mountain Bible Camp. So be planning ahead for that. Most of this stuff isn't going to cost you too much money. I think in everything there on the screen, from looking at it and from my memory, it's about $150. So if you've got multiple kids, maybe start saving for that now, thinking about it now, chores, whatever, birthday gifts, Christmas gifts, all of that stuff. But listen, if cost is ever an issue for you, please don't cause that. Let that be a cause for your students to not go to something. We have money in the budget. We have people who are generous in this church. We'll get your kid to any of these things they want to go to. So please don't let cost affect you in that way. And oftentimes we'll do sibling discounts too. So be on the lookout for that stuff as we come into some of these events. So that's all I have. This is longer than I thought it would be. I hope that you stuck around with me for these 13 to 15 minutes, whatever it's going to be. Hope you're excited about this youth group year. I can't wait. I'm so glad to be back into a routine. I think probably everybody else is, other than having to go to school. But I'm excited. I can't wait to see you guys this year. I think we're going to have a blast. I think we're going to have another great year. And we'll see you on Sunday nights, 6 to 8. Bye.